Hey team, welcome back. You've mastered preparation, presentation, and follow-up. And now we're stepping into one of the most powerful moments in real estate, the negotiation phase, because this is where deals are won, relationships are built, and your skill as an agent truly shows. Negotiation isn't about fighting for a win. It's about guiding both sides to yes, with confidence and control. So let's talk about how the best agents in the country handle this stage. The negotiator's mindset. The best negotiators, they're not the loudest voices in the room. They're the calmest. When emotions are high, your energy has to be steady. You're not there to battle. You're there to facilitate clarity. I'll often say to a seller, let's look at the facts. Here's what the market is telling us, and here's how we can use that to our advantage. That line shifts the conversation away from opinion and back to strategy. When you focus on data, you take emotion out of the driver's seat, and that's where the leadership begins. So preparing your seller before offers arrive. The truth is, great negotiators start before an offer even hits the inbox. You want your sellers emotionally and strategically prepared. So I set expectations with them early. I tell them, here's a typical offer timeline. Here's what makes an offer strong versus weak, things like price, terms, and contingencies. And here's what I'll be watching for when we start reviewing them. Then I ask, what matters most to you? Top dollar, fastest close, minimal repairs? Because that answer becomes your compass once offers start rolling in. I remind them, every offer tells a story. Our job is to read between the lines and find the one that best fits your goals. When the offer hits, slow down and lead now. When an offer finally lands, here's where a lot of agents lose control. They get excited. They rush forward without context. That's a big mistake. The moment that you get an offer, your tone sets the tone. So instead, I call the seller and say, great news, we received an offer. Let's set a time to go through it together so I can walk you through every detail. Then I make sure we're reviewing it in person or over Zoom, never by email alone, because once that PDF hits their inbox, you lose control of the narrative. When you lead the presentation, you stay in charge of how it's interpreted, presenting the offer like a pro. When it's time to present, structure is everything. I walk them through it in 4 steps. We start with the good news. The offer price came in at X. Then the terms they're asking for is a 30-day close with conventional financing. Then the fine print, concessions, home warranty, repairs. Finally, the strategy. My professional opinion on how to move forward is this. Then I'll say, here's what I like about this offer. Here's what I keep an eye on. And here's what I'd like to recommend we do next. It's calm, clear, and in control. And it instantly builds the confidence that they need from you. Now, when you have multiple offers, stay the professional path. When multiple offers hit at once, that's when things get chaotic fast. Everyone's excited and your seller's emotions are through the roof. Your job? Bring order to the noise. Here's my approach. I put every offer into a clean side-by-side summary. Same format, there's no bias here. I blur names to stay neutral, then I focus on the facts, terms, contingencies, and likelihood to close. And I'll remind my sellers, this isn't just about the highest price. It's about the offer that's most likely to close. Before I even present, I also call each buyer's agent. I confirm the client's financing, timeline, and motivation. I'll call lenders if there's a loan. That gives me insight and leverage before we make any decisions. And when I call the lender, I ask them, I want to hear it from you that they have financial stability and a great credit score and security with their job. Counter offers with confidence. So counters are where confidence either shines or crumbles. When your seller wants to counter, help them stay focused. I remind them, we only need to change what matters the most. The rest shows flexibility. Then, when I communicate the counter, I keep the tone professional. We'd love to make this work for everyone. My client's comfortable moving forward at X amount with the close date of X. Let me know if your buyer can meet us there. That language is collaborative, not combative. And here's the truth. Confidence earns that cooperation. People mirror your energy you bring to the table, and calm wins the deals. Handling low offers without losing composure. The lowball offer. We've all been there. And here's the thing, how you respond determines how your seller reacts. If you panic or take offense, they will too. Instead, I say, this is clearly a starting point. Let's view it as an opportunity to get them closer to where we need to be. Then I back it up with data. I show comparable sales, list-to-sell ratios, and current market inventory. When you anchor the conversation in numbers instead of emotion, it turns frustration into focus. And here's a pro tip for you. The calmer you are, the faster your seller remains composed. Okay, when negotiations stall, sometimes the deal slows down. Both sides are stuck, no one wants to move, and tension builds. When that happens, I like to zoom out and reset the perspective. I'll say, hey, let's take a step back. What's our main goal here? If this still fits the goal, let's find the middle ground that can get us there. And if the other side goes quiet, pick up the phone. Text and emails can create tension so easily. Tone and voice create connection. Clarity moves deals forwards, and silence will absolutely kill them. So the psychology of winning offers. Here's something I learned after so many negotiations. Great negotiators don't push, they guide. They ask the right questions that uncover motivation. If price wasn't the issue, what would help to make this work? What's most important to your buyer, timeline, or certainty? These kinds of questions disarm people and open up more possibilities. And the more you know about the other side's position, the more leverage you have to create a win-win. Remember, your tone matters more than your tactic. People say yes to agents they trust, not agents who pressure. So wrapping up the deal, I want you to close with confidence. Once everyone agrees, finish strong. Call your sellers first. Congratulations, you did it. I'm going to guide you step by step through the inspection, appraisal, and all the way to closing. I am holding your hand. Then send a short email confirming everything. Price, closing date, contingency dates. It's professional, it's simple, and it prevents confusion. And finally, celebrate with them. This is such a big moment. You've helped them move to their next chapter. The way you handle this phase determines if they become your next referral. So some key takeaways. Stay calm. Remember, facts over feelings. Control the environment when reviewing offers. Confidence creates cooperation. Every negotiation is a relationship, not a battle. The best agents don't force outcomes. They influence them through clarity, care, and calm. Next up, my friends, Module 6, the escrow and closing experience, guiding sellers smoothly to the finish line.